Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you see by the title in today's video, what I got for you is the top 10 most game-changing, game-breaking, whatever you want to call it, badges in 2K20. Now, what I mean by this is, I'm not going to put things like Rebound Chaser or Box in this, because it's not something that's going to like enforce its own will on you. You get what I'm saying? So, essentially, what I'm talking about is the most dominant badges in the game. Now, we're going to start at number 10, go all the way to number 1, and I'll explain all my reasonings, all that stuff as well, and we'll just move along with this. Now, number 10, and it honestly could be higher, but I didn't know how the community would react to it, but Flashy Passer is my number 10. Now, I know a lot of people are like, bro, what kind of BS video is this? You got to watch the vid, I promise you. I got a video of what Flashy Passer does on my channel. Bro, this thing makes it so it takes 2 jump shots or 2 dunks off a Flashy Pass to get your takeover. Now, it's not like insane for the passer, because you don't really get like, you don't get an insane amount of like takeover progress as the passer, but as the person who dunks it, shoots it, anything like that, the recipient of this badge, it literally takes 2 shots to get your takeover. So anyway, as you can see by the description of this, after completing a flashy pass for an assist, both the passer and the scorer receive an additional boost to their takeover meter. Now, like I just said, the finisher or the shooter, whatever you want to call it, definitely gets more. The passer still gets a decent amount though, and I feel like maybe I just haven't seen it firsthand from a playmaker takeover type of player. I feel like maybe it benefits more for a playmaker, but anyway, we'll move along. Number 9 is going to be Pickpocket. Now, like I just said, this video is about enforcing your will upon somebody and just like a game-changing badge. Like I just said, I feel like things like rebounding and stuff like that, it's a really good glue thing to have, and like you really just need things that are gonna, you know, help you win. But this video is strictly for game-changing badges that impact the way you can play and your teammates play. Now, Pickpocket, obviously we know what this is. It's so annoying to be guarded by, especially if you have somebody who is using this badge quite often by spamming hex. But anyway, increases the chance of a steal and reduces the chances of a foul when attempting to strip the ball from a ball handler. Also improves the chances of successful layup strips. Now, obviously, like I just said, this badge is pretty self-explanatory. This is the number 9. I don't really have too much more to say about it other than literally just because it's pretty self-explanatory. There's no hidden like really gem about what it does. You get steals easier, you foul less. It's simple as that. Now, what we're gonna put for number 8, and a lot of people aren't gonna really know much about it other than those who have watched my video on it. Pogo stick. All right, now I could probably have this higher as well, because it does, bro, it changes the way you play interior defense as a big man, or even as an undersized big especially, but just in general, like anybody who has this. Shot contests with the right stick in this game are complete trash as far as like hands up defense in the paint goes, and this badge right here, I promise you, if you question anything I have in this like early part of the top 10, because I have a couple of my own badges that I made videos on in this like 10 through 5 area, you gotta watch the vids, bro. I promise you, everything that I put in this top 10, it's insane. Now, the ones that you sleep on, I promise you, they're insane too. Pogo stick, like I just said, if you combine this with the vertical contest system where you hold your left stick toward the hoop and just press Y, you can literally just bounce up and down, like literally in less than half a second, essentially, especially depending on your player's vertical as well. This will help guards play interior defense as well, because at the end of the day, your hands up defense in the paint means absolutely nothing, so you got to use your jumps. You got to. Now, anyway, moving along, I feel like I should have a lot of these higher, but I just don't know how the community can react to it. So, like for instance, I'm putting Chase Down Artist as number 7. Now, like I said, I feel like this should be higher, but it doesn't pertain to a lot of people. It's really just for the screen setter, or you know, the person guarding the screens. So just mostly just bigs in my opinion, but I don't know, it is pretty useful to have as a wing player and a guard as well. It's not like something that a lot of guards are able to get, just because you're already too enamored with having to get clamps, pickpocket, pick dodger, stuff like that. So Chase Down Artist isn't exactly the most attainable badge, but as you can see by what it says, boost the speed and leaping ability of a player when he is chasing down an offensive player in anticipation of a block attempt. Now, honestly, what's insane about it is it doesn't even have to be on a fast break in 3v3 or anything like that, or 5v5 pro-am. Bro, literally, like I use this in hedge defense where I step up to the guard that gets hit by a screen. Like my guard gets hit by a screen, their guard is wide open. I step up to their guard, allow the pass to the paint, and just bait him to pass it, and then probably around 60% of the time, I can get a chase down block, and at least like 10%, 20%, I can get a contest to where he misses it. And it's insane, bro. And I rock this on Hall of Fame with a build that has pretty good speed, vert, and, you know, acceleration and all that too as a big man spot. But anyway, regardless, I think this is definitely a top 10 badge as far as like its dominance, because it changes the way I can play help defense, and it would change the way as a guard you can play defense, just at the fact that if you get beat on a drive, it definitely helps, bro. Like that, now that's all it's good for, and it's not too often you get hit. It's not too often you get beat on a drive and you don't have help defense in the paint. But when you play against like a screen setting big who can pop, that badge is very premium to have at your guard spot. But anyway, number 6, we got Hot Zone Hunter. Now we're getting into the upper echelon of the. Oh, that's Hot Zone. That's Hot Star, my bad. Now we're getting the upper echelon of the badges, where, you know, you're gonna see a lot more like shooting and playmaking. A lot of the underrated ones that I was just showing are like the defensive ones. But anyway, moving along with Hot Zone Hunter at number 6. Shots that are taken in a player's hot zones are given a boost. It's as simple as that. And one thing that kind of put this badge lower in this top 10 rating, in my opinion, is the fact that hot zones are now based on your Park, Pro-Am, and MyCAREER, whereas it used to be, if you get all your hot zones in MyCAREER, you got them in every single game mode for like permanent. Now they made it to where it's kind of more restricted. Like your recent 20 games in Park are what determines your hot zones. But regardless, if you're a specialist like a corner shooter, this is an insane badge to have. If you're a specialist as far as like a playmaker, running with the pick and rolls, and you get all the wing hot zones and maintain those, this badge is so impactful as to your shooting ratings. Now, anyway, I probably could have put Green Machine in this top 10, but I just feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm sleeping on it a little bit, but I just don't think it's really on the same level as Hot Zone Hunter and some of the things that are up in this tier list a little higher. But anyway, moving along, we have number 5. I put Dimer. Like I said, for most of these badges, you can always make the case for these that they can be higher on the list. And if you want, feel free to leave your feedback as well. I'm always open to that. But anyway, number 5, like I said, Dimer. Win in half court, passes by dimers to open shooters yield a shot percentage boost. They made this a really complicated explanation, but anyway, interesting that it says in the half court. I wonder if that means you can't even like utilize it as far as the fast break, like break starter type stuff. But anyway, aside from that, just in general, big game changing badge. I'm talking, now you could make the case floor general is like this as well, but it's not really like a force your will upon somebody type badge like I was explaining with these like top tier most dominant badges. So anyway, long story short, it is very hard to double team off of you when you have Hall of Fame Dimer, especially in twos. I mean, if you have Hall of Fame Dimer in twos, it's basically saying, yo, you gotta 1v1 me, basically, and that's as simple as that. Now, obviously what it does for your teammates' shooting percentage is through the roof, so just in general, as a playmaker, to have this badge is always going to be impactful. And while it doesn't help you be dominant, it helps you matchup wise. It helps you not get double teamed as much. And if your teammate can't hit when you do get double teamed, then you have problems. And it's simple as that. But anyway, number 4, we got Contact Finisher. So this badge right here, it's very, I would say it's not even specific to certain players. But I will say, like, for playmaking or sharpshooting guards, it doesn't make much sense to have. That's in my opinion. But if you can dunk on people or, like, finish around people, so I'm talking if you're a post scorer, a slasher, even a lockdown, this is a insane badge to have, and it's by far the best finishing badge in the game. Obviously, like it says, slashers who play below the rim finish contact layups more successfully, while dunkers are able to pull off more contact dunks. So literally this helps your layups, it helps your dunks. If you finish around the rim, this badge is for you. The only reason it's so low is because obviously this game is more run by shooters, more or less. So it couldn't be on the same tier as some of these other badges. So keep that in mind. But anyway, we'll move along. Now at number 3, we have Quick First Step. So what I want to explain about Quick First Step, not only going into the year, I thought what this badge was going to do, I thought it was literally this. I thought it said, when driving out a triple threat or after a size up, ball handlers have access to quicker and more effective launches. I thought it was literally just like, when you don't have the dribble picked up, I thought it was literally just going to be like a triple threat badge. This badge works for speed boosting, it works for momentuming, it works for all that stuff. And what it's become is by far the most dominant playmaking badge, just at the fact that it makes you so much quicker, and just like it just, you know, obviously, like I said, adds a nice speed boost and makes you very sudden with your dribble moves. But anyway, moving along, we have sorry, I was just backing out of that. Number 2, we have quick draw. Now, obviously, what this does, and this isn't like a dominant quote unquote badge, but I will explain it like this. Obviously, it makes it very hard for you to be contested, as far as like when you have a quick jump shot like that. You need this badge too. It's just so essential that it'd be impossible to leave off this list especially at the tier that it is too. But anyway, regardless, I don't want to stay on this topic too much because quick draw is a pretty self-explanatory badge. You need it, and it's so essential, and if you don't have it, it's a problem. And I understand if you feel a little bit of hypocrisy with this badge being on the list, because like I said, it's dominant badges, not like essentials. It's like this list is more of like a wants rather than needs. It was supposed to be, but I can't not have this badge on the list, especially at the tier that it is, because of how great of a badge it is. But anyway, number 1, and I feel like this should be the undisputed champ, no question about it, range extender. As a guard, having this, it opens up the pick and roll for your big man. It makes it so you can shoot from deeper as well when the guard's trying to recover. Pick and roll offense, it's so essential. And then even in ISO, it's still useful. Transition threes, useful. As an off-ball player, useful. I mean, this badge and what it does, obviously, as well, you know, long mid-ranges, it works very well on. And then the super deep three-pointers, you guys know the deal with this badge. I mean, if you have Hall of Fame range extender, you are a game changer, and there's no question about it. Now, if we're talking like a pure sharp, yeah, it's in a different way. Playmaking sharpshooters or like anything that's running sharp at point guard, game changer. And I feel like this is like undisputed champ, no question about it, has to be number 1. Simple as that. Now, if you disagree and you want to leave your top 10, or maybe even just where you disagree on where something should be replaced with something, feel free to drop a comment explaining that. But hey, if you appreciate the content and you did enjoy the vid and just support what I had with the list, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. Turn on them noties if you enjoyed the video as well. I appreciate all the love I've been getting on this YouTube stuff lately, man. And I got a lot of announcements coming pretty soon, but I'm gonna hold off on that for another video. You'll see a lot of stuff coming in the next week that's gonna be really nice stuff. Actually, matter of fact, I'll just give away a couple spoilers. I got the mixtape coming real soon. That's gonna be probably the best one of the year. Well, I've only uploaded one other one, but I don't know. Let's just say it's gonna be some classic stuff. All right, it's gonna be a very important mixtape through the year. And secondly, my pro-am team, and I'll just back out of it. Actually, no, I don't even need to. My pro-am team, which is number 2 in the world right now. I'm trying to work back to that number 1. But anyway, we registered ourselves for the WR tournament for the Warriors Gaming. It's like just a best of 3 tournament. And there's going to be some real comp in that stuff. And I can't wait to show you guys some of the Pro-Am gameplays that are coming up here soon. But anyway, regardless, I don't want to hype it up too much just because I'm not exactly sure as to how it's going to go. But first round matchup looks like it's going to be pretty cake. I'll update you guys on that as we go. But anyway, I'm just kind of balancing my time. I'm trying to do my best with it. But I do appreciate all you guys supporting, especially with these vids that, you know, like the top 5, top 10s. I've been getting mad support on these, especially in the badge detail videos as well. Appreciate all the love, man. I hope you guys are in it for the gameplays as well. I hope you really can't wait for that as well. But anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, feel free to drop a comment. Put badge. Literally just put badge in the comments if you made it to the end of the video. But anyway, and then also, like I said, if you made it to the end, also comment your favorite badge as well. But anyway, other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.